is going to be one of the three people to tie in the loose ends, not as to what happened, we all know what happened, but how it happened.
In what could be a major break for prosecutors, one of the people charged in the Southside explosion case has agreed to plead guilty and testify against the others. Good evening, everyone. I'm John Stair.
And I'm Andrea Moorhead. Our Night View reporter David McAnally talked with defense attorneys who say Monserrate Shirley could even go free, depending on the plea deal. David?
Andrea, going free is a possibility, but not a slam dunk. We're also told by some lawyers that if she didn't agree to some pact that gave her time served, that there'd be a hesitancy to let anybody walk in a case where two innocent people died.
When she appears in court Tuesday, we may learn more about the kind of deal Monserrate Shirley has reached with prosecutors. Almost since the explosion at Richmond Hill that killed a couple in their home, legal observers felt a plea deal with Shirley was inevitable. The question now:
is the deal a straight-out guilty plea to some or all of the charges? I'm sure it's not a plea to the murder charge. Or is it what's called a cooperation agreement, where the defendant agrees to give testimony against the other people in the case?
And she may be able to clear up some mysteries, like who actually came up with the idea for the arson and who actually tampered with the natural gas system inside the house at the crime scene back there to make it happen.
Was it her boyfriend, Mark Leonard, or his half-brother, Bob, both facing separate trials? Their lawyers will say Shirley
that she certainly hasn't been truthful in the past. She's lied to protect herself, and she's doing that again.
I don't know nothing.
Those statements shortly after the blast that killed her neighbors Jennifer and Dion Longworth could come back to haunt her.
And what else has she said? You know, what contradictory evidence exists there that she's put on the spot? You know, how much credibility does she have at this stage?
He says the Leonard brothers' lawyers will point up her contradictory stories at their trials, and they can tell the jury
that she waited until the last second to cut a deal, which is basically having your testimony purchased. Not by cash, but by an agreement where your sentence is reduced. You're being given something here. You're being promised something. And without that, you weren't going to be here, were you?
Analysts say her defense against those attacks on her credibility might be that she has had a long history in her life of abuse by men who have forced her to do things she did not want to do. David McAnally, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
Quite a turn of events. David, thank you.